So, back from the VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Frosmoth. Ice Scales is a brilliant ability. They just got the defense and the special defense the wrong way around. If it was 90 defense and 60 special defense with Ice Scales, that would be so good. But the fact that it's just so specially bulky, but actually quite frail on the physical side, is just a downside for it. Like, you can bulk yourself out with Quiver Dance. So you're just unkillable on the special side. That's basically how it works, even with the worst typing in the game. But then the physical defense just lets it down. So you can support it pretty reasonably with like all the intimidates and all that. So it can get a Quiver Dance sweep, for sure. But is it better than something like a Volcarona going for the Quiver Dance sweep? Probably not, especially with this typing. At least with this typing, you get Stab, Ice Beam, and then you can go for the Bolt Beam coverage if you had Terra Blast. And then you can just get rid of your terrible typing. I guess that's not actually so bad, given that you are able to terrestrialize out of the worst typing ever. But yeah, the fact that you have to commit to it is not ideal, and its defense is okay. Like, I've just bulked out the defense here. It outspeeds me Masquerada if it gets 2 Quiver Dances, because it needs to, because it's pretty slow. And then the rest into defense, so that is patched up somewhat. Because you don't need any special defense at all, because you are just so bulky on the special side anyway, it's not necessary, especially because you're bulking yourself out even further. So this does have the potential to get a sweep going. Like, if you take care of the physical attackers, Frosmoth does just win immediately, but that is quite a tall ask. So this is a perfectly reasonable sweeper, but there are probably better Quiver Dancers. But it is a good support Pokemon as well. Like, this is a perfectly viable set. Again, because it's so bulky on the special side, it's going to take all the hits. Like, that's reasonable bulk as well on the physical side now that you can open up going Bold instead, because you wanted the damage output modest for Quiver Dance, but since you don't need to do damage with this Frosmoth, Bold is fine. That's okay defense. And then it's actually very good special defense as well. And that's good support. You can bulk yourself even further out on the special side with Struggle Bug. It's a shame it didn't get a physical one, but oh well. Gets this extra speed control and Icy Wind, like Stab Icy Winds, to get the Tailwinds and stuff. And then you got White Guards as well. And that should be a Terra type of Ghost, so you can't be faked out. So yeah, and then you get Tailwind and White Guard, that's a good combination. So this is a perfectly reasonable support Pokemon. And you can get some sweeps going with Quiver Dance. But then you got to ask yourself, should this probably be a Volcarona if you're going with this? Are there better support options, better Tailwind Pokemon than Frosmoth? The answer to both is, unfortunately, yes.